Hello students. Today we are going to study the classification of communication. In my previous lecture, I told you what is communication, its process, objectives of communication. So, communication is very important for any organization. It is the exchange of information and ideas between the sender and the receiver. So, let's start with the classification of communication. On the basis of organization structure, there are two types of communication, formal and informal. When the organization is small, it can run through the informal communication, but when the organization is large, then it should follow formal organization. Message is mostly in the written form in the formal communication. The information is predetermined and it always followed hierarchy system, either upward to downward or downward to upward. Formal communication follows the unity of command. This type of communication is sound and proper. It leads to deliberate and definite communication. It is controllable, but there are certain disadvantages like distortion of information, delay, filtering, or increase in the workload of the higher managers. Second, informal communication. Informal communication is that communication in which the exchange of message between the sender and receiver is done informally, means there is no line of communication and it takes place due to the sheer desire of the individual, like chats, like passing the jokes, rumors, clarification, forecasting. Informal communication spreads among the people like a wildfire. This type of communication is very fast and flexible. It really requires mutual cooperation and it gives fast feedback. But there are certain disadvantages also, like it spreads misunderstanding. It is unorganized form of communication. So, formal and informal communication. On the basis of direction, there are four types of communication: vertical downward communication, vertical upward communication, horizontal communication, and diagonal communication. Downward communication, it means whenever superior is communicating any message or information to subordinates. It can be in the form of policy letter, standing orders, handbooks, manuals. But opposite to that, whenever any subordinate is giving any message or any information to the superior, then it is called upward communication. Such system is also known as open door system, where subordinate is free to communicate with the superiors. It can be in the form of reporting, reporting about the production level, about the sales performance, reactions to certain orders or instructions. Next, horizontal communication. This type of communication take place across the department or between the people within different departments and the same level. When the two managers are on the same level but can be of the different department, then it is called horizontal communication. Next is diagonal communication. Diagonal communication take place between the people who are at the different level and can be from the different departments, means cut across the departmental line. This type of communication is very important. It will not change the meaning of the message, but there is certain disadvantage also, like it can create rumors. So these are the four types of communication on the basis of direction. On the basis of nature, there are three types of communication: informational, means whenever sender is giving any information to the receiver, it is called informational. Interpersonal communication emphasis on the behavior changes. It includes psychological processes like understanding, motivation, notice, etc., together with the language. This communication emphasis on the listening and the non-verbal factors. Third, organizational communication. Organizational communication is the linear flow of information in the organization structure like policy, booklets, program chats, employee grievance, employee request, annual reports, etc. So these are the three types of communication on the basis of the nature. On the basis of the scope of the communication, there are two types of communication: internal as well as external communication. Internal communication, as the name is suggesting, it is the information in the or within the organization like rules, orders, policies, suggestions, grievances, etc. Similarly, external communication is when any organization is communicating with the external environment like consumers, suppliers, government, society, investor. It means when the business is communicating with the groups outside the business, then it is called external communication. Some books have written one more type of classification that we had started in our video of communication, like on the basis of the medium: written communication, verbal communication, and non-verbal communication. So I had considered these three in the different mediums of communication, not on the type of classification. Next, we will study different principles of communication. If you want to make your communication successful, then you have to follow certain principles. That your message should be clear, it should be attentive, consistent, adequate, timely reach, integration, informality, and feedback. There is one more type of communication which is called audio visual communication. Today, this type of communication plays very important role. It includes social media, email, internet, fax, smartphones, video conferencing, voice message system. You all people are using WhatsApp. You are using blogs. You are using GeoMeet, Google Duo, Microsoft Team, Zoom, all these are audio visual communication. Next, if you want to make your communication effective, then a PRIDE model is suggested. PRIDE, P stand for purpose. There should be some purpose behind any communication. Second, R stand for receiver. There should be a receiver for the message. Third, impact desired. It means your message should have that impact which is really desired by the message, by the content, so that the receiver can understand the message in the correct form. D stand for design of communication. You have to design your message while keeping in mind 7 C's. I already told you what are 7 C's in my first video, and now I'm going to repeat in this video also with detail. E stand for execution of communication. Execution of communication means after designing the message, you can communicate the message to the receiver. Now, 7C of communication. What are the 7 C's? In today's scenario, along with these 7 C's, there are two more C's. So I will tell you after these 7 C's. First, completeness. Your message should be complete. You should know who, when, where, what message, and why to send the message. Your message should be concise, means it should be short, brief. Your message should have a consideration. It means your message, whatever you are giving, should be supported by some facts. Concreteness. It means whatever message you are giving is concrete, clear, correct, and it should be conveyed with the full of courtesies, means manners. Two more C's are there: credibility and creativity. If your message has the creativity and the credibility, means your message is authentic, credible, then that message is having the wonderful meaning and wonderful value to the receiver. So whenever you are communicating with people, you should keep in mind these 7 C's. Thank you for today. You can download the notes from the description box. I had already provided the link. I'm also going to make this video in Hindi also. So like, share and subscribe my channel, and if you have any query then you can comment me in the comment box. Thank you for today.